welcome to another Tooltip Tuesday. Today I'm just going to go into a few quick tips on the machine control. Firstly, looking at just switching the work light on and off. Handy if you're leaving the machine to run automated for an extended period of time. And then into some detail on the coolant control that we have, both the machine control and how to enable it, disable it in the operations in tool room. So first, if we go to the machine control, we have here a few options. The two we're looking at is the aux control panel and the other one is coolant system. So firstly, just looking at the light, we have this work light button here in auxiliary control. There's some other ones there we can go into detail in another day, but here you can switch your work light on and off as you please, I guess. There's no need to have it on if you're not going in there, and it's just running automated production. The other thing we have here is the coolant system control. So if we open that, you can see here we have a few different options, and depending on your machine you might have, say, a TXL will have another couple of solenoids there. You might have another couple of options here, depending on your setup. Here's the two options here for solenoid 2 and 3, switching jacket coolant on and off. Also got some pressure relief if you want to disconnect the system, etc., and some missed options. So they can enable it and disable it as you're working. But in the tool room, if we go to our tool, we also have options. So this is a compression router here, as you can see. So in each operation here, you can go to advanced, and you'll see this coolant option here. If you click on these little buttons, it'll show you left, right, and head. So that's the three options there. Again, depending on your machine, you might have more options here in control. And this control here actually controls it for the operation. So a flip from solid, depending on how we do it, we might have the fluting wheel just hooked up on the left side, and we might have a finishing wheel hooked up on the right. So in that case, you wouldn't need the pressure and the coolant flow from the right because it's just on the finishing wheel. So we could just have it on the one wheel there. And then we might want to go to one of our finishing operations. And here again, we've got this coolant option. And as I mentioned before, we might have the left on our fluting wheel, the right on our finishing wheel, so we could switch off our fluting wheel there. And the benefit here is that you're not using any coolant that you don't necessarily need. This can actually save you energy because the coolant has to do less work to get pressure through the system. So you can go, and once you've saved that, it'll be there for every time you run this tool. You could again do that for the gas or any operation, and it will just save it in this coolant configuration here. So I hope that's helped you, and I hope some people will try to use some of these features to help reduce energy. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.